Adivina qué es eso. Yo veo a mi nota de español de AP y yo comió. Sí, es la verdad. Soy muy, muy, muy feliz porque yo trabajé muy duro por todo el año pasado para esa nota. Y ahora estoy libre. Estoy libre. Sí. Oh, welcome everyone to week 133. And that is me celebrating if you did not understand any of that. Because I got my score back for AP Spanish and I'm happy about it. Miss KG has been quite up to a lot of things recently. I don't know if I told y'all about this. On Saturday, y'all, I took my ACT, okay? Woke up at 6:30, took my ACT. Had to drive 16 miles for it. Came back. I don't even remember the day. I think I chilled at home. Went to go play sand volleyball. And then I was just like hanging out with my friends, right? Coworkers, friends. Interchangeable now, I think. Y'all, I was like genuinely out until 2 a.m. I woke up at 6:30. I was up for 20 hours and 30 minutes. And I went to bed at like 2:45ish. And then I went to work the next morning. And my I either slept through my alarm or it didn't go off, and so my shift started at 10. I got there at 10:15. Or no, I woke up at 10:15. Here's the thing. Like I go out of my way to try and make sure I do everything. Like I want to get my stuff done. Like I took my ACT, but I'm like, "Oh, I also want to have fun." And then also like, you know, I want to say I want to hang out, I want to talk, I want to connect. I will say it tends to make me later to things, but I feel like I would rather be late than not do anything. So, I mean, a win is a win, I guess. Oh, peep the 6'7" shirt. We did a puppet show today at my job. I wrote the script for it. I'm actually quite proud of that script because when I first started writing it, I had no idea what I was doing. And then I eventually figured it out. And I FaceTimed somebody who like a coworker who helped me. Coworker, a friend. Who helped me like help my ideas flow. It was more of me just like talking at her, but you know, there's that. Also, what did I do? Yeah. So I played sand volleyball. One, obviously, because winner chicken dinner over here. It's funny. I feel like this idea is consistently reinforced in my life. Like, you don't have to be the best, you don't have to be the strongest, you don't have to be the smartest. You have to be the most strategic. So you have to like look at what you have and then figure out how you're gonna use it. Because I got to choose my teams. I was a team captain, even though, ooh, y'all, I shanked that ball so many times. But I was a team captain, self-appointed. Actually, no, other people raised their hand. They're like, who wants KG as a team captain? And people raised their hand, and I was like, yeah, period. And my team won twice. And there was a lot of haters, but we prevailed. Anywho, so yes, I did that. I played it twice this week. And then also on Saturday. Granted, all the people who were like really good didn't want to play with us. We asked them and they said no. Well, actually, we asked these people and they go, we brought 10 people specifically for this. I counted, there was 8. Like, just say no. It's fine. Just reject us. But anywho, yes, that's what I've been up to. This morning I woke up at 6:30 and I went on a little morning hike with a friend. It was low-key really fun, but I was also scared. Like, I was scared because usually I'm like, oh, it's fine, whatever. Y'all, we were in the middle of like basically a forest. Like, it genuinely felt like we took a trip. Like, after we entered that trail, we took a trip into like the Appalachian Mountains. Like, and I always say, like, I always joke about like, you know, oh, like I'm gonna go live in the mountains and talk to the bunnies. Oh, honey, no, I am not. No, I am not. Because I was there with a friend and I was still like, man, it's like 6 in the morning. The sun just rose. I have seen a total of nobody walking here. We're not playing these games again. Where I tell you, like, I'm never doing that again. Actually, no, never. No, never. As much as I love wildlife, honey, no. Oh, honey, no. Oh, honey, no. I can enjoy it with other people around because that just sounded like the entrance to a horror movie. And I was like, I mean, usually I would be like, oh, la-di-da, you know, apologies, I was rudely interrupted. Moving on. Yeah. So usually I'd be like, oh, this is fun, like, yay. I just wasn't feeling the energy. I don't know what it was. I think it's because like, I walked in and there was this, it said like bike, hike. And obviously I was hiking, so I was like walking and I thought, oh, cute morning hike, like open, like I was thinking more like an open mount situation. What I got was a forest. Which usually I would have been fine with. I don't know. I just wasn't feeling it. So like, oh, I'm out. Oh, that's so funny. I'm gone. No. Because, girl, you can call me dumb, but I ain't that dumb. I ain't that stupid. Nice try, but no. Because, so that was fun. Maybe, like, the only time I would do that again is if I was with a group of maybe 10 people minimum. Yeah. But I did like waking up early to work out. I'm surprisingly not tired. I will be taking a nap though. I'm currently eating a burrito. I don't usually eat burritos, but I actually like this one. And I'm doing, you know what? College research. Yay! Actually, I'm narrowing it down now, I think. I've decided that, like, I really wish I could just see, like, every single college so I could decide because I know there's probably ones that I would really love that I'm missing, but I really just have to accept that fact because, y'all, I am not going through every single college. Where I tell you, that would take me way too long. That, like, I don't have the willpower for that. I've just accepted that they're gonna find me and I'm gonna stumble upon them and because usually like I went to a book fair last year and where I tell you I went to every single stand. I wanted to go again, but I only went once and I still feel like I should have gone again just to browse on my options. Like granted, I was also there with a community service organization because I was doing community service hours for my sister, so like I looked at everything before they opened. Obviously, because if I'm doing community service, I can't be shopping. But it's also, like, the way people, like, averted their gaze as soon as they saw community service, I was like, man, you don't have to make it awkward. Like, you can just say hi. That's also why, like, as much as I love the business side of things, I don't think I could ever go into, like, I don't know what kind of marketing that is, but whatever kind of marketing it is where you like harass people on a daily basis, I could not. That would make me so sad because I love talking to people, but I can't finish out a conversation with, hey, so you should buy this. Like, no. No. Like if I'm like I would have to be selling them something that I actually like am really proud of and that I would really like I want them to purchase. Like I would have to be like, no, you need this in your life. Like, I would have to want to share it. Not just, like, I don't want just my job to be, like, selling people stuff that I don't even care about. Like, that's just not for me. Anywho, I'm about to go finish that, and I low-key might take a nap. Okay. Oh, let's try to click it. Hi, y'all. Okay. I finally checked my AP scores after hiding from them for, like, a week and a half. Let's just say we're gonna be okay. Anywho, I figured I should talk about what I wrote about. I think I might have already done this, but I'm gonna do it again. Hold on one sec. A little thirsty. Okay. So, I forgot what the prompt was. I'm gonna start with the third one. It was like my personal essay. Well, I guess that's the only one I'm gonna talk about because I don't even remember my other ones. But basically, I talked about the importance of perspective, and also I talked about how Bob's Burgers, specifically in the movie Home, like from the movie Home, helped me realize like there are different paths to get where you want to get to, like to get where you want to go, and also like just it kind of taught me to like be okay with being misunderstood or like I asked everything not being perfect because, like, if you think about Bob's Burgers, genuinely every single episode, something goes wrong. Like, there is always something wrong. But, like, they're all so happy all the time. And I think, like, that really made me realize, like, oh, I talked specifically about the mushroom episode. Spoilers ahead. So, on the mushroom episode, there's this super special mushroom that Bob wants to get for his burger, right? And it's $17 a pound, and he's like, oh, hell no. So I'm gonna go find them. The chances he's gonna find these mushrooms completely, like, so slim. But he's like, I'm gonna go look. He brings his son. Gene has, like, crackers in his socks that he's leaving behind so that they don't get lost. And instead of, like, bro, if I had done that as a kid, my parents would have been like, what are you doing? Stop it. But, like, I talked about how Bob was, like, so patient with his son. Like, he was like, okay, whatever. And then they ended up falling down, like, some random mountain. And these people told them to go the wrong way. They end up falling down a mountain, and they end up finding them. The mushrooms. And I talked about, and then, like, they end up, like, basically almost getting stolen from them, and they end up losing them. And I talked about how, like, he was so okay with, like, even though he went on that treacherous journey, found the mushrooms, lost them, he was still completely fine. And he just, like, went home, and he was like, okay, whatever. Like, he got over it. And so, just talking about, like, not letting somebody steal your $17 mushrooms, like, not letting that ruin your whole day. And then also, I talked about, from the movie Home, like, he was the only one who was brave enough to go consistently get rejected by every single person around him. Like, people were so mean to him because he was so outgoing, but he didn't care because that was, like, his world. And so I talked about how, like, the perspective of, like, he's trying to open up, he's trying to make friends, even if nobody shows up and everyone hides from him, like, he still kept on reaching out instead of letting himself become bitter. I mean, he did get bitter for, like, 30 seconds, but he got over it. And so then I talked about how that inspired me to, like, Bob's Burgers specifically, inspired me to, like, go for it, because why not? Whenever I wanted to apply out of my old school for my 10th grade year into my new school for my 11th grade year, because I was thinking, you know, the chances are against me, it's gonna be super hard, blah blah blah. But I had that Bob's Burgers mindset. I was like, if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, like, whatever. And then I said, and I'm writing this from a room in my new school, period. And I low-key, I would, like, after I wrote that, I was like, period 8. Anywho, so also there was so many MCQs, y'all. Like, they weren't necessarily difficult, they were just long. And the girl behind me, bro, she was rocking back and forth in her creaky chair the entire time. And genuinely, after, like, during our break, I was like, I don't know who was rocking back and forth in their chair, but, like, I never want to sit near them again. And she was like, oh, that was me. And I was like, girl, you need to stop. I was like, are you serious? Are you joking? Did the creaking not disrupt your thinking at all? Because I'm sitting and I'm trying to think, and then I just hear creak, creak. Anyway. And then there was also AP Spanish. I low-key, like, I would say I blacked out during that exam, but I was, like, half there, half blacked out, because I had to take it over the course of, like, 2 days, and it was Monday and Thursday. Okay, y'all? So, genuinely, I started the exam, and then AP Classroom kicked us out, so I had to restart it. Y'all, I was so done. I was so freaking done. Because, like, what do you mean? Like, it was, what do you mean I studied for it the whole time for it to be my first exam, ends up being my last exam? Like, are we joking? So, anywho, mind you, like, we don't have a finals week at my school, but it might as well have been a freaking finals week, y'all. I had to write, like, 3 essays. I had, like, 2 tests. I had a project. I had a research essay. Like, I feel like that should be a whole different category, because, y'all, that research essay was so hard. Genuinely top 10 hardest things I've done within my life. So I'm doing all of this, like, studying. And I remember my AP Spanish exam and my research essay were on the same day. And somebody had to help me turn it in because I was running around the school trying to turn it in. Like, it was brutal. And then that Friday, I went to go visit a friend who had just gotten out of hospital. My car got hit and run. Are we joking? Are we joking? But anywho, now it's summer and I'm chilling. Low-key, June was a blast, y'all. Like, June blew by, but June was a blast. But yeah, anywho, I really want to know, like, I want to know what my AP proctor thought of my exam. Like, I know I was like, they definitely get bored reading all these exams. So I was like, if it's looking pretty bad for me, like, bro, I'm just gonna hit them with the, I think I said thank you so much for reading my exam at the end of it. But I was like, if nothing comes to me, if I'm cooked, because we had 3 hours, I think, to write 3 essays. And so I wrote all 3 of my essays. Oh, I remember one of them was like a DBQ, and it was about napping. And I said napping was bad. Fully planning to take a nap after that. Second one was rhetorical analysis, and I talked about metaphors and like dichotomies, I think. I don't know. All I remember was the kite was a metaphor for writing. I don't think I'm supposed to say that. Just pretend like I didn't just say that. Yeah, anywho, so I remember there was some metaphors in there, but if the scores already came out, I feel like I should be fine. Whatever. Okay. Third, and then, I told y'all what I talked about for the third one. I don't remember the prompt, though. I just remember that's immediately when my thought process went to. But had I completely blanked, I would have genuinely just been like, hi, I really hope you're having a great day. I know you're probably bored of reading all these exams, and it would really, really, really be great if you could help a girl out. Fully knowing that that's either like a 1 or a 5. Like, or maybe like a 3, like a pity 3. But, I was like, I mean, if that's all I got, that's all I got. For AP Spanish, y'all, I'm going to tell you, that exam was absolutely brutal. Like, the class, so hard. Extremely hard. That class was so difficult, and it genuinely tormented me for the entire year. Inside the class, an absolute blast. So much fun. Hold on one sec. I have to unpause my bobsters. I had so much fun in that class, and my teacher was really fun. The coursework is no freaking joke, okay? Whenever they say fluente, they mean fluente. They don't mean semi-fluente. They mean fluente. And I know I'm saying that with, like, an American accent, but I'm just really not about to full send that right now. Y'all. Whenever I tell you, like, it was, like, I don't even know what the format is. Thank God I finally forgot. I think it was, like, 50 MCQs. Okay. 50. 5 different passages. 3 audios. 2 pictures. All I remember is after the MCQs, I was like, okay, I'm ready to be done. Nope, you're not even close to done. Then you have an essay. Mind you, I took this over the span of 2 days, and still I'm saying this. I didn't even take the whole thing together, and I'm still saying this. Okay. Then you have an essay. Then you have an email. Okay. Then you have a simulated conversation. You know what that is? It's whenever there's pre-recorded bits, and you have to respond. So that means, like, it's not like you're with somebody else and you can, like, play it off. Like, honey, no. They know exactly what that recording says. They know front and back. And there's instructions of what you should say. You better read them. You better read them. Okay, and I know that section's not the same anymore, but still. And this is just how it was. And then there's the cultural comparison, where you compare something of your culture to something of a different culture. So you better study. You better know. You better know about other countries, honey. Because if you don't, you're cooked. I'm going to tell you, muletillas saved me. Ay, qué bueno. I wish I could see a breakdown of how I did. I can't, because that's not how AP Classroom works. All I can tell you is I was happy to make it out of that exam alive, and I genuinely think I, like, passed out after that exam. It was brutal. It was so extremely difficult. And not even, like, it demands so much of you to do that in English. So basically I took AP, like, I just took 2 language exams, English and Spanish, but I'm telling you, it is so demanding of your brain to have to not only, like, do those kinds of questions, like, to do MCQs and answer comprehension questions in English. It's even harder in Spanish, y'all. Like, it's even harder in Spanish. And then also, it's even more demanding to then have to write an essay, an email, and do a conversation, and then do a cultural comparison. Like, it was brutal. It was so long. And I know I've said it was brutal, like, 5 times. I'm gonna say it again. Like, I hope you know. It, like, I'm not even joking. It was really freaking hard. And that whole class, really freaking hard. But I'm really proud of myself for finishing that. Pat myself on the back. I would never, ever want to do that again. Saying that, taking 3 APs this year. But also, I did watch that video on YouTube about how AP classes are easier than they used to be. So that might also, oh, okay, it's just me now. That might also like contribute. Well, I guess that doesn't really contribute because I'm saying they were hard, but like that makes me feel better. But I'm also kind of like, don't say that too loud, because if they start making these harder, I'm gonna crash out. I feel like for all standardized testing, it's not necessarily hard. It's just you can't let the pressure of the time get to you, and you also like you have to one track mindset that, because you can't start thinking like, oh, I've worked my whole year for this. Like, oh honey, no, because if you start spiraling, bro, you're cooked. Like, we're not cooked. That's just another factor to add on to. So it's a lot easier if you just focus on like, I got this, I'm gonna do great, I believe in myself, instead of yeah, you just gotta believe in yourself. And also, I don't know how much AP scores are worth in the US, at least, because I know for a lot of international colleges they look at them, but I feel like here they're really only worth like credits. And I think either way I'm still gonna have to take an English and Spanish class in college, because of what I want to do. So, but I mean, I don't mind like retaking classes, so I guess like it's more of just proving that you can do college classes. So anywho, that's about my AP exams. Bye. Hi everyone, I'm just here for a quick pop-in. Excuse the pop sprayers reflecting in my glasses. So let me get rid of this, it's bothering me. There are some people who my only form of contact with them is sharing TikToks and Instagram reels, and honestly I think that's really beautiful, and I think more of us need to communicate that way, because we would be so close to world peace. Anywho, also, I don't know, today I went and did pottery, and I didn't take a picture of my final product before it got, what is it, fired? No, or what's it called, when roasted, what's it called, kilned, before it got put in the kiln. Y'all, I haven't done pottery in forever, and I think I need to rejoin a pottery class. Pottery is so much fun. And I remember, oh no, ceramics. So whenever I did ceramics in, what was it, 7th grade, before I joined track, y'all, my teacher, like, so I would ask her for questions, like I would ask her for advice on stuff, and she'd be like, it seems like you're doing your own thing already, so just keep doing that. And I was like, well, okay. I did in fact do my own thing, because I don't know, whenever I'm doing anything creative and somebody gives me a set of instructions, I just kind of throw it out the window and do what I want, because isn't that the whole point of being creative? You're supposed to create something new. But then again, I will say it makes it a lot more mentally taxing, and sometimes I'm like, man, I really could do better than this, but I'm stressed. Anywho, yeah, okay, bye. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Okay, bye. Oh, okay, that's awkward, I missed the button. Let me try again.